My pranams to all Atmajyothis, divine light of the self. Today the topic is the goal and the way. When you speak of the goal and the way, it is in the context of the spirituality, the enlightenment, the liberation, the mukti, but whatever name you call it as. So most of the people, the moment we speak of mukti, the liberation, enlightenment, several rosy pictures come to mind. The rosy picture is leave the job, leave the family, go to some very nice and peaceful place where your husband or wife don't disturb you. Okay? Sit peacefully. It should be preferably under a banyan tree so that enlightenment becomes easier, because many people, there are case studies of many people getting enlightened under banyan tree. Okay? Or at least go to Himalayas, find a cave, sit there. Somehow some light will come into your head. And after some time you can come and claim that, okay, I was in Himalayas for several years and I found something there. Very romantic pictures, very nice images what we have. Unfortunately, life is not like that. Wherever you go, you think it's a peaceful place, away from the home, very serene environment. You forgot to take your mosquito coils. Okay, all your time you're spending time in the chasing the mosquitoes. Earlier you're chasing troubles here. Your wife may not be troubling you, your boss may not be troubling you, but mosquitoes will trouble you. So go to Himalayas. There's no more trouble at home here, but there's a chilly weather there. Make sure that you pack enough medicines for pneumonia, cough and cold. These are all the pictures which we have gathered from many of the stories, novels. It's very far away from truth, very far away from the truth. What is the state or mukti, enlightenment or liberation? What is required for to do that? Achieve that. This is the topic of the day. First you have to understand what is the goal. What do you mean by enlightenment? What do you mean by liberation? What do you mean by mukti? That should be clear. A state in which you no longer seek anything, no longer want anything. You feel very contented deep inside. That state is called mukti. Constantly in our life, We are seeking something. We are searching for something. We are trying to become something. There is a constant urge in us to become something. Initially, in earlier childhood days, we want to become. You ask any child, what do you want to become? I want to become a policeman. I want to become a pilot. I want to become a doctor if you are girls. Somewhere you want to become something. Then you have a class, a bright student is there. So you want to become like that bright student. Then of course a teacher comes with a stick. Nowadays they don't come with a stick. Okay? Teacher is the biggest personality in front of you. Somehow you want to become a teacher because you can control all the kids. So that is our childhood fantasy, to become something. As we grow up a little bit, we see a lot of success in life. A lot of people have become very professionally successful. If you are an engineer, you always think of becoming something like a Bill Gates. Okay, if you are a businessman, you always think of like a Ambani or any other big businessman. So our urge for becoming something is one thing which is very constant. I want to become something. I want to be. That's why I remember the song, Honge Kamyab Ek Din. Hum honge Kamyab. One day or the day we will become successful. How will we become successful? By becoming somebody who has become something in life. So our deepest inner urge is to become something. And girls, of course, want to become somebody most beautiful. They want to be called beauty queen of college. Want to look fair, whiter than the snow, thinner than the line, zero line. Okay, dimensions of perfect beauty. Somewhere our urge to become something is so strong in us. Constantly we are trying to become something. You join a job, there is a competition inside. The corporates are full of competition. The corporates are full of politics. Somewhere you want to emulate somebody who has become successful in your corporate. You want to become like him. And you are married. You are married the most beautiful woman on the earth. Now your urge for becoming is, why can't my wife become somebody like that? So somewhere either you have to become something, or somebody who is related to you should become something. This urge for becoming something puts a lot of pressure on us. Somewhere we are not comfortable with what we are. Deep inside we are not at all comfortable with what we are and what our state is. There's a restlessness deep within. And this restlessness is exploited by all people of the society. So politicians exploit it for gathering vote. They say, your condition is horrible, this country requires revolution, and we voters will bring a revolution to you. And after again failing out find it, you have to do another revolution to throw out these guys. The sales guys, the marketing people will exploit that. You look beautiful, use this cream. Okay? You buy this vehicle, this branded vehicle, you look rich. So this restlessness in us becomes a matter of exploitation by so many people. So then we get into religion, because we feel restless inside. For overcoming the restlessness, we seek many avenues. It can be religion, it can be entertainment, it can be sports. Sports is supposed to be relaxing us. The sports has become so cutthroat competition. Even corporates, you don't have such much competition. People are ready to kill. Sports is supposed to be sportsmanship, or rather what you call as the spirit of sportsmanship. Other than that, everything is there in sports. The corruption is there, the exploitation is there, the ruthless competition is there, the politics is there. What is not there? All the other social events also reflect in the sports. Sports is supposed to relax us. So you want to become, you take music. Somewhere you feel that musician is better than me. I want to become like that. Arey Baba, when are you? At what point of time you want to be yourself? So then you start looking for religion as an avenue. Everybody makes a promises. Okay, religion says, "Come to me, believe in this." Okay, you will get eternal peace after death. Oh my God, that's a bigger promise actually. While you are alive, you don't have peace. After death, you will get some peace. At least some you become a little bit more hopeful, because while being alive, you don't get a peace. That is very clear now. All you have tried out, everything you have tried out. So some peace promise after death also appears to be attractive enough now. Some loka, some place where you can enjoy peace after death. So that also becomes attractive. That also you try out. Okay. Now it becomes a commitment, serious commitment. So multiple avenues are tried out, multiple ways of chanting out, multiple ways of practices. Okay, multiple following this, that path, this path, believe in this, believe in that. All things are tried out. Now only thing is religion is little bit more long-lasting promise, because that doesn't give any instant quick fixes. So it only says that after death you will get something. So you can't give that easily. Whereas everything else you come to conclusion very quickly. Whether it's politics or politician says, I will give you, promise you some water, electricity, and your life will be much more beautiful. Within 1 month, 2 months, you will come to know what is the problem with these guys. Whereas religion, it's very difficult to find out what is the problem, because the promise is after death, not before that. So you are in trouble. Whatever, restlessness has not gone, and the peace is not obtained. So this is the state of affairs of a human being. So what are we seeking? We are trying to become something every day. So then we get into spirituality. So religion, promise of religion is after death. Spirituality promises now instant enlightenment, instant peace, instant bliss. Okay? And of course the price will vary, price ranges are vary. Very quick peace, very quick enlightenment, the price can be different. So now I want to, you start looking for peace, bliss immediately. Now your urge is to become at least like Guruji. Okay, earlier you have some problem, something, somebody else. Now you want to become like Guruji, so you start growing beard and wearing a dress. So somewhere your desire for becoming something is pushing you into all areas, getting into trouble, getting into bondage and trap. The bondage and trap can be on top of Himalayan mountain, or it can be a monastery, or it can be in a place, or it can be an ashram, or it can be a temple. Somewhere you are getting dragged into a situation, and just because you want to become something. You want to become something. Okay? So to want to become something is the basic nature of human being, or basic instinct of survival. Now, you have tried out many things. Already probably you are beyond middle age, and some wisdom has come to your head. So trying out anything is not giving me peace. So then you start searching for peace within. Or somewhere inside me, there must be peace, because every spiritual teaching says there's peace in you. So you have to go inside. Try to go inside, close your eyes. They say peace. Only darkness can be seen inside. There is peace in your heart. My God, heart is a muscle which keeps on pumping blood. And little bit you try, some dreams, memories will come. Where is this peace? You tried out everything already. So already you tried out all sort of pranayama, all sort of breathing practice, all sort of yoga, and healing, natural healing and unnatural healing. Everything is tried out. All chantings are over, all pujas are over, and probably you have gone to all pilgrimages all over the world, and not into the search. Peace has not come. And you find something is wrong with me. Actually, how many lifetimes of karma I have done or something. This is not working out. Okay, those people, they are very peaceful and all. They must have been done very good karma in many lifetimes. That's why they are like that. So you come to that conclusion. So this is where you see urge. Urge to become something, somebody, is the urge in us. Then a urge opens up in you, is that how I can be peaceful. All these ventures, adventures, misadventures are not yielding any result. In fact, they are getting us into more trouble. Is there a way of finding peace within me? So that urge opens up. For that you realize that to have peace within you, the urge for you to become somebody, something has to stop. The urge to become something has to drop. Urge to be whatever I am, in whatever condition I am okay. The ability to accept yourself as it is without trying to become something is a basic need for experiencing peace. From becoming something, becoming somebody, you have to come to a stage to be yourself. That the desire to be myself, not becoming somebody, not becoming something, to be myself, to be comfortable with myself, is called mukti. So you have you have heard a lot of concepts of mukti, liberation. To be at peace with yourself in whatever condition you are is called mukti. Not urge for to become something else. With all your faults, with all your painful memories, with all your shortcomings, if you are able to accept yourself and at peace with yourself, not become somebody, something, that state is called mukti. That's all. If you have concepts of any glorified concept of mukti, at least I am not aware of that thing. Can I accept myself as I am? The urge to become something, somebody, can it drop? That is called mukti, liberation. So this is the goal of spiritual life. The goal is to come back to yourself. Come back to yourself in whatever condition you are. To be yourself is called mukti. Otherwise you are not yourself. First of all, do you know how many selves you have? Do you know how many selves you have? How many types of selves you have within you? A lady has a self called mother, daughter, daughter-in-law, wife, officer, a beautiful woman, a middle-aged woman, a Bengali, a Pakistani, a Indian, a Hindu, Christian. How many identities you have? And each of them you start associating itself with you. A man can be a handsome, he can be smart, rich, powerful, a businessman, employee, smart professional, marketing professional, so many, husband, father, son, father-in-law, so many identities we have. Each of the identities we stick very well, very strongly, and in each of these identities we want to become something. As a mother, I want to be the ideal mother. What is that ideal mother? You don't know. And all mother-in-law want their daughter-in-law to be ideal daughter-in-law. And husband, of course, wants his wife to be an ideal wife. So we have not only pressure for ourselves to become something, we have pressure on the other people around us to become something. At least you should be a good religious person. We put pressure on others also, we have to become something. And how many selves we have, how many identities we have, and each of these identities we are striving for becoming something. And many of these identities are clashing with themselves also. Okay, there's a war that goes on between these identities. A wife is always in fight with the mother. Wife has to attend to husband, and mother has to attend to children. There's a clash. And wife is also in clash with the mother-in-law. You have to take care of her needs also. Right? These multiple identities, each of them clashing with each other, conflicting with each other, and each striving to become something, somebody. That's what human life is. All scriptures say you are a jivatma. You are an individual soul. I say you are a crowd. No, you are not a single person. In each of them there is a big crowd. And that crowd is also not harmonious. Each of them are fighting with each other. And each of them are fighting to become somebody else. That crowd is what you are. And from that crowd, you have to escape. Not from your husband, not from your wife, not from your job. Okay? The crowd within you, crying to become something. That's what you escape. That is called samsara. People have a very wrong understanding of samsara. I conducted a class in some place. So that person, there's some people who have been attending religious discourse for a long time. That's it. All you are saying, that time I was not getting very standard definition of mukti, just like what I am giving. Okay, I was talking about mukti, liberation. Swamiji, they call me Swamiji. I don't know, I'm not Swamiji. Okay, so they say, how is it possible for all of us? Why? We are in samsara. I asked him, what samsara you mean? I am married, Swamiji, I have 2 children. I am doing a business. Then I asked, is that samsara? How many people are you dealing? Married means wife, 2 children. Business means you have to deal with some customers. That's not samsara. The samsara is what is within you. How many identities you have? How much of conflict is there in that identity? How much of confusion is there in the identity? And each of these identities are trying to become something. That is the chaos which you have within. We see Indian politics, so much of chaos, so much of fighting. What you don't understand is the politics which goes on within you. That politics is called samsara, not the politics outside. Outside politics doesn't affect you. What affects you is the inside politics, inside the crowd which is there. Multiple identities, multiple personalities, multiple ideas, multiple goals, multiple visions. This is what really affects you. This is what is samsara. And liberation means, it's called, the beautiful name is called Kaivalya. Kaivalya means to be alone. There is a name which is given for liberation in Yoga Sutra. Mukti means freedom. Freedom is a negative word. Kaivalya is a positive word. Kaivalya means to be alone. To be alone, not from outside, but deep within you. Yesterday I was reading a standard classical text on Enlightenment, written by great author. So much of bias in that text. So to get liberation, you have to run away from society, run away from family. Are Baba, to run away from anything outside is not mukti or liberation. To run away from wife or husband is called divorce. In the medieval time, there was no word called divorce at that time. Okay, that was a method used, that's all. Nowadays, modern sophisticated ways are that it's called divorce, if you want to run away from a wife or husband. It has nothing to do with mukti. To be free from the crowd within, to be alone within, is called mukti. Alone means all. Alone is a beautiful word. All one. All one is called mukti. All one within yourself is called mukti. That's called aloneness. Can you be alone inside? That's called mukti. How can you be alone inside? Only when you understand the identities which are causing conflict within you. When you realize that you are none of these identities, you are a pure Atma, the soul, Chaitanya. These identities are the masks which are given by the society for you to operate. The masks have nothing to do with you. You are not the mask, you are a pure soul. Then only you can be Atma. Then only you can be free from the conflict within. To be free from the conflict within, to be free from the crowd within is called mukti. This is actually liberation. The goal is to be free from the crowd within you. To be all alone within yourself is called mukti. When you are all alone, there is deepest peace, that's the bliss. This bliss you experience every day. When you go to deep sleep, there is no husband, there is no wife, there is no boss, there is no stock market, there is no politics to trouble you. Definitely there is no mother-in-law or daughter-in-law. So then who is there? You are all alone. And then you say, I had a very, very restful state of sleep. In your 24 hours, the deepest peace you get is only within that half an hour when you had a deep sleep. Otherwise, you are dealing with a big crowd within you. The crowd of conflicting ideas, crowd of conflicting ambitions, crowd fighting for, each of them fighting for supremacy within you. So when you become that, in deep sleep, you are feeling deep peace. The peace which you experience in deep sleep is the indication of the peace which you can experience in mukti, liberation. So what is the difference? In deep sleep, your ignorance has not gone. You are unaware of your natural state. You are actually going into deep sleep. While going to deep sleep, your awareness is fading. You go with an idea that I am a body. You go with an identity, and in that identity you experience deep sleep. So you come back and say that in deep sleep there was nothing. The crowd has disappeared and you experience peace because you are all alone. But you didn't recognize that the peace is because all alone. Peace, you said, because there was nothing else. You didn't realize that it's your own peace which you are experiencing that time. So to experience that peace in your conscious condition, when you are fully aware, is called meditation. So what is the difference? You are always entering into meditation unconsciously in deep sleep. Consciously can you enter into a state of peacefulness? That is called meditation. What is the difference? In your waking state, you enter into a multiple conflicting ideologies, personalities, identities, all in your waking state. Because in waking state, your body conscious. You interact with the world. And the world enters into you. When you interact with the world is there, you interact and it doesn't affect you, then there's no problem actually. The world leaves a residue in you. The world leaves an impression in you. The world accumulates as identity in you. The world becomes a part of you. That's where the problem is. This problem starts in the waking state. In dream state it cannot happen. In dream state only you relive the identity. You go through the memories. It's not a fresh input. Every time you interact with the world, the fresh input comes and gets accumulated within you. In a sense, you are nothing but a dustbin accumulating the waste of the world. The world starts accumulating within you in the form of impressions, memories. So the problem has to be solved where it started. Your problem started in the waking state. So that's why the problem has to be sorted out in the waking state. That's why meditation has to be done in the wakeful condition. Meditation has to be done in awareness. Many people say, I closed my eyes and meditated and I didn't know what happened. Nothing happened. You had a good sleep. Meditation is wakeful sleep. Sleep is unconscious meditation. Conscious deep sleep is called meditation. Unconscious meditation is called sleep. From unconsciousness you have to come to conscious state. When you come from unconscious to conscious state and thoughts, images, memories disappear from your screen, you will experience a deep peace within you. Then you realize all the time my nature was peace, my nature is bliss. I don't need anybody or anything to give me peace. I don't need external conditions, external identities to give me peace. I can be peaceful by myself. My nature is peace. This recognition has to happen in a waking condition, in a full awareness. That's called meditation. So instead of that, in the name of meditation, big tamasha goes on. You do a astral travel. Already you are troubled. Okay, you go to so many worlds and places and gather some more impression. The earlier impression was from politics, husband and wife and family and neighbor and probably movies and theaters. Now you start gathering impressions from some other worlds also. In the name of meditation, we teach so much of nonsense. Meditation is to be peaceful by yourself, to be aware, to be awake, and find thought-free state. When I say thought-free state, not a forced thought-free state, a natural thought-free state where mind is free from the concepts, images, and deep-rooted belief systems, where you can experience yourself, is called meditation. So, the mukti or liberation is your urge to become something, to be somebody, dropping that, dropping the samsara within, not the samsara without. Without has nothing to do with you. Samsara within, to be all alone, to experience the bliss of who you are, is called meditation. The moment you recognize that bliss within yourself, you will be free from all disturbance of the mind. And that is called enlightenment. So many people have a concept of enlightenment because of the stories we read, because of the picturization which happens in the television set. So Buddha is sitting for meditation and a big light happens and he opens his eyes and smiles. So we also want to close our eyes and have a beautiful light. I'm sure it's neon light. Should appear in front of us. Either that, or we should sit in meditation and Lord has come in front of you and touch your head. Oh my child, I'll give you eternal peace. Something of that nature you want. That has nothing to do with mukti. That may have to do something with imagination, a good fantasy, a good movie. The meditation by which you experience all aloneness, experience deep peace and bliss, which is your true nature, that is called mukti. In that state, the clarity and the wisdom you get is called enlightenment. The mind becomes very clear, free from all clutter. So far you are seeking. You are trying to become something. You go after every damn philosophy on the earth. You go after damn technique. You go after every ritual. You go to all places searching for something which is all the time within you. And that is the real wisdom. That is the wisdom of Buddha. That is the wisdom of Atmajnana, self-realization. And that wisdom is called enlightenment. Enlightenment means light. The intellect gets lit up with the true wisdom. For peace, bliss and love, I don't have to search outside. I am of the nature of peace, bliss and happiness. That realization is called enlightenment. That understanding is called enlightenment. In that light, when you start living your life, you live an enlightened life. So that is the goal. Now to achieve this goal, there should be a way, path. What is the path for this goal? So for answering this question, you have to answer me, what is the direction of the space? So I ask you a question. Which way to Mysore? Which way? How? Where do I go to Mysore? How do I go to Mysore? Then you say you go this way, south, somewhere. You ask me where you have to go to, let's say, Jayanagar, you say this way. So if I ask you where I have to go to reach space, what will you say? Space is everywhere. So you show this is true, this is true, this is true, this is true, because space is all pervading. So what is the way for all pervading reality called Atma and Brahman? One which is everywhere, within you, without you. What is the way? Anyway is the way. Anyway you go, you reach there only. But the question is, are you conscious of what you are seeking? If you are conscious of seeking, whatever you do becomes the way. So, for making people understand, give clarity of what is required for liberation, there are different systems of yoga were coined. They are called Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Kriya Yoga or Raja Yoga. These were 4 paths for reaching the state of Mukti. Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Kriya Yoga. There are 4 different systems of yoga. Now why there are 4? Why not more? Nowadays any type of yoga can be started actually. It's a yoga, it's a day of the modern branding. I can say Prabhuji yoga, okay? You can say Guruji yoga, Swamiji yoga. Some yoga you can start because it's ultimately branding and money. There are no more than only 4 types of yoga. Only 4 types of yoga are there. Nothing more and nothing less. Why there are 4 types of yoga? A human being has 4 aspects of himself. The physical aspect, the emotional aspect, the intellectual aspect and the energy aspect. A human being is made up of 4 aspects. The physical, emotional, intellectual and energy. These 4 dimensions of human being has to be addressed. And to address this, the 4 different systems of practice are prescribed. They are called yoga. A human being has hands, heart, head and energy. Hands, heart, head and energy. These 4 aspects of human being is addressed holistically is called yoga. I have to define yoga first. What is yoga means? The moment I say yoga, lot of concepts will come to people's mind. Different postures, different breathing practices, right? You will come into picture. The real meaning of yoga is to experience the union. Union of what? Union of an individual soul with the universal. Union of individual with the universal soul. Jivatma with the Paramatma. That is called yoga. Everything else you do what physically, breathing wise, chanting wise, whatever you do, is a practice. So this to happen, there are 4 prescribed methods. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Kriya Yoga. Karma Yoga addresses your hands. Bhakti Yoga addresses your heart. Jnana Yoga addresses your head. Kriya Yoga addresses your energy. Head, heart, hands and energy. First you have to address your hands first. Hands means action. All of us have urge to do some action. A deep-rooted urge. You see children, they want to play. Then you take the children for a function, social function or religious function. Children want to do some service, give some food to somebody, distribute some pamphlets. They can't keep quiet, they want to do something. All of us always want to do something at any point of time. They want to do something is what I call as hands. Our hands itch for action. Something I have to do. So that hands which itch for action has to be given a right direction. That is called Karma Yoga. What kind of right direction you can give for the hands which are itching for action? That's called Karma Yoga. We have emotions. Sometimes disturbing, sometimes peaceful. Disturbing emotions can be anger. It may not disturb you, but it disturbs somebody else. Alright? It may be anxiety. It may be stress. Different kinds of emotions we have. To give, to awaken, to open up the beautiful emotions in you is called Bhakti Yoga. Instead of reactions, instead of emotions which disturb others and yourself, instead of harmful emotions, instead of distracting disturbing emotions, the emotions which open up beauty and harmony within you is called Bhakti Yoga. For hands, action, Karma Yoga. For heart, Bhakti Yoga. Then of course you have the intellect, which is actually supposed to be the master of the heart and hands, which most of the time it is not. It is a slave of the heart and hands. The intellect, which is actually the most powerful entity in human body, is also a source of a lot of trouble for that person as well as for the society. If you look at this modern day society, the greatest and biggest crimes are committed by the most intellectual people on the earth. The recession in 2008, which crashed the world economy, was engineered by only a few handful of the highly qualified economists from some of the best universities in the world. The global economic recession. The nuclear devastation, the nuclear weapons are a product of some highly intellectual people. The people who commit heinous crimes do it very intelligently. An ordinary robber will be a crude way of doing it. The intellect is to be guided properly. And that guiding properly of the intellect is called Jnana Yoga. Then you have energy within you. The energy which causes your breathing, the energy which causes your heartbeat, the energy which causes your blood circulation, the energy which makes your brain active. This energy has to be directed, purified, and used for an evolutionary purpose within you. Directing your energy in a proper way is called Kriya Yoga. So from that perspective, only 4 types of yoga are there. Yoga for hands, yoga for heart, yoga for head, and yoga for energy. No. I don't want all this yoga. I am a very emotional person. I have only bhakti yoga. I am an action-oriented person. I only do karma yoga. This person is working for 24 hours a day. Okay. He doesn't understand that he is not doing karma yoga. He is a workaholic. There are alcoholics. We laugh at alcoholics. There are smokeaholics, those who smoke. Similarly, there are workaholics also. All of them are killing themselves in various ways. And this person who is working for 24 hours a day, killing himself, he calls us, I am doing yoga. He doesn't understand the word yoga itself. Yoga means the process by which your mind becomes silent and purified. That's called yoga. Many of the people start talking about the work which I do is yoga. What you do is not yoga, it's roga, disease. I'll take care of my husband, that's karma yoga. Please understand, the yoga is a more precious and beautiful world. By doing what, your mind becomes day by day purified and peaceful. That's called yoga. If your mind is getting polluted, disturbed by what you do, it's called roga, disease. So through action, attaining a state of peace and tranquility is called karma yoga. Through emotion, attaining a state of peace and tranquility and beautiful emotion called love and compassion is called bhakti yoga. To give a right direction to the intellect, have a right understanding of life is called Jnana Yoga. To operate your energy in such a way that you feel peaceful and tranquil is called Bhakti Yoga. Then what about Dhyana? Dhyana Yoga, where is Dhyana Yoga? Dhyana Yoga is a part of Bhakti, devotion. Dhyana is also part of Jnana. When the mind becomes tranquil through devotion or Jnana, it's called Dhyana. It's not a separate yoga as such. So there are 4 types of yoga. Karma yoga, Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga, Kriya yoga. What is the purpose of all these 4 yoga? To stop you from attaining roga, disease. To be free from roga is called yoga. What is roga? What is disease? Disease is dis-ease. Your ease goes off. You have dis-ease means your ease goes off. Why your ease goes off? Because you are not comfortable with yourself. When you are comfortable with yourself only you have ease. You always want to become something, somebody, somewhere. You want to become something. एक दिन होंगे कामयाब, एक दिन. You are looking for that one day when you will become at ease. Can that day be today? Can that be day moment now? If you are at peace with yourself at this moment now, that is called yoga. That's why our dasas said, Indina dinave shubha dinamu, Indina nakshatra shubha nakshatra, Indina karana shubha karana. This moment is auspicious moment. This moment is most beautiful moment. This moment is the greatest moment. Only when you are at ease with yourself. When you are at ease with yourself, you are free from disease. And that disease is called roga. To be at ease with yourself is called yoga. So, how does Karma Yoga operate? How does Karma Yoga work? All of us, our hands are itching for action. I want to do something. Kyo? Why? By doing something, I'll get something. I'll get something. By doing more, I'll get more. What is that more? Success, money, name, or fame. Something you want more. Somewhere you want something more. That's our urge for action. Always I want more. That's why I want to act. There are people who are action oriented. Why they are action oriented? Because they want something more out of life. So Karma Yoga reverses this trend. Don't expect more out of life. See what you can give back to life. This is where Karma Yoga teaches a life of service. Life of not just getting from what life, existence, but ability to give back to existence in some way. So it is against our natural tendency to get grab. So there are various teachings which are there associated with that Karma Yoga. Okay. So then, when we act, there is a good result or bad result. Good result will make us happy, and bad result will make depressed. Current happiness will eventually turn into depression tomorrow. So the current yoga says, whatever comes back to you, take it as prasad from Bhagavan, prasad from God. Accept life. So the idea is to make your mind silent. Your whole idea of action is to grab something out of life because you are feeling deep within vacuum. You are trying to fill that vacuum with something getting somewhere, fill it up. That's not possible. The vacuum inside is true, but it's not because something is missing in your life you are getting a feeling vacuum inside. It is because something fundamentally wrong in the way of your understanding of life which is creating a vacuum inside. That understanding only can be corrected through Jnana Yoga. So, before you get ready for Jnana, at least tell some guidelines and principles so that you live a life of service, know how to give. By giving, you become more peaceful. Accepting life, whatever comes in your life as prasada Bhagavan, your mind becomes peaceful. So, Karma Yoga is first level. Then comes Bhakti Yoga. Our mind is disturbed with lot of emotions, memories. The beautiful emotion called love is somewhere buried in between. The beautiful emotion called compassion is missing somewhere. To uncover that beauty within you, the Bhakti Yoga is prescribed. Sing the praise of the God. Do the chanting. Have the love and gratefulness for the Creator for giving you such a beautiful life. Develop love and compassion for the fellow beings, for animals, plants. This is what is called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga reduces the emotional turbulence which you go through in life. for the heart. Then Jnana Yoga is our intellectual understanding of life is totally messed up. We don't have any clear understanding of life at all. Our life, intellectual understanding of life is about science and technology, mathematics and physics and chemistry and biology. That's okay, they're subjects. But what should be a right world view? A right view of way of viewing world. That understanding is missing in our teachings. The world is constantly changing. The change is the law of the world. Everything in the world is temporary. So the temporary thing you are trying to grab, and when you try to grab the temporary, you will get hurt. Your job is temporary, your family is temporary, your life is temporary, money is temporary, everything is temporary. It's all momentary. Have it, use it, but don't be used by those conditions. This is the worldview. Temporal nature of the world. Then the worldview about yourself. What is the worldview of? What is the view of yourself? We have totally distorted view of ourselves, created by society, media, entertainment, family, friends. You know that you are beautiful, you know that you are ugly, you know that you are smart, you know that you are intelligent. You don't have even an iota of idea what you are really. You are the Atma, pure soul, free from all these disturbing conditions. Your nature is peace and love. The view about ourselves and view about the world, clarity about that is called Jnana Yoga. Then how to use the energy within us to make our mind peaceful is called Kriya Yoga. So there is only 4 yogas. The purpose of yoga, which is defined, is union with the Lord, which is actually wrong understanding of yoga. There cannot be union because already there was a disunion. The disunion has not happened. It's not possible. Your understanding of life has created the gap between you and the Lord. Your understanding of your emotions which have created the gap between you and the Lord. Your actions which have created gap between you and the Lord. So yoga in reality is not union, it's vyoga. Vyoga means separation. Dropping off all unwanted things which are creating the feeling of disunion has to be is called yoga. So there are 4 yogas. The purpose or goal is to stop becoming somebody or something, to be at ease with yourself. Yoga of action, for hands called Karma Yoga. Yoga of heart called Bhakti Yoga. Yoga of intellect called Jnana Yoga. Yoga for energy called Kriya Yoga. These are designed for reducing the roga, the disease, the pollution which happens to you when you interact with society. When the pollution is gone, mental pollution is gone, what is there? Is purity, your natural state, which is the union which is already there with the Lord. You don't have to attain it, you are at ease with yourself. That ease is called mukti. Mukti is not something to be attained someday. Mukti is not something to be attained some planet system. Mukti is not something to be attained somewhere far away in Himalayas. Mukti has to be attained in the marketplace. Mukti has to be attained where you are. Mukti has to be attained within you. Mukti has to be attained from your own internal conflicts, not from your wife or husband or family or from the job. This is the goal and the way. So, if there are any questions, or I don't know what do you want next? Any questions are there? You can ask.
It's 7:30. We can spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on questions, then you can wind up.
Yes, sir.
When we are all in one, alone,
Yeah.
are we lonely?
Yeah, the what you call as aloneness and loneliness. There's a distinction. Okay. The question is, are we lonely? You have to understand the distinction between the aloneness and loneliness. Loneliness is with reference to a crowd. Loneliness is with reference to your friends. Loneliness is with reference to your family. Aloneness is with reference to yourself. When your friend is absent, when your family is absent, you feel lonely. When the crowd within you is absent, you feel all one, alone. So, when you are all one, alone, the loneliness doesn't bother you. As long as you don't know that all one, as long as you are not realize that aloneness within you, the loneliness causes disturbance. The loneliness is with reference to the external situations and people. Aloneness is with reference to the internal crowd. So, the one who has attained aloneness, called Kaivalya, he will not be bothered or disturbed by the external conditioning because he has attained the peace. Yes.
What is the way to go about rejoice or renounce?
Rejoice?
Or renounce?
Rejoice or renounce, both are words, mere words. You have to understand what is the way for aloneness is the question. Is the rejoicing or renouncing? What is that you have to renounce? As I told you earlier, the renouncement is not definitely the family, not definitely the job, not definitely the social conditioning. They are anyway there. Whether you go to Himalayas or forest, anywhere, it's there. So the most common concept of renouncement, to leave something and to go to ashram or Himalaya is not renunciation. The real renunciation is the ability to renounce the ideas and concepts, the emotions which are blocking our feeling of peace within. So, the renouncement has to happen with respect to 4 aspects of our being: hands, heart, head, and energy. Hands renouncement is grabbing something to fulfill myself. That intention, that inner urge has to be renounced. It has to be replaced by I am okay to help and serve, to give. The idea of something is missing in me, I need to grab everything in the world, that has to be renounced. That's called Karma Yoga. The emotional renunciation is I am getting disturbed by attachment, anger, fear, jealousy, greed. So these disturbing emotions are there in me. I have to renounce these disturbing emotions. The best way to renounce the disturbing emotion is to develop the emotions which are peaceful, which are lovely, compassionate. So that is the renunciation at the emotional level. At the intellectual level, we have a wrong idea of the world and wrong idea about ourselves. Renouncing the wrong idea is called renunciation. It's called what they call vairagya. Now, what do you rejoice? What is that you have to rejoice? Our life is always a constant feeling of inadequacy. Somewhere we lack something. Something is missing in our life. Why? Why are you having a feeling of inadequacy? Celebrate, rejoice what you have. Don't you have a beautiful sun in the morning? Don't you have beautiful eyes to see the sun in the morning? Breathe. Don't you have the hands and legs and experience at this moment which is making your life possible? Celebrating what you have is called rejoice. It's important for you to rejoice, because otherwise we are living a life of constant craving. Something is missing in my life. You are missing what is there in life, already given to you. It's a gift from the universe. Being grateful to that gift from the universe, being grateful to that life which you have, being grateful to the experience which you have as a human being, being grateful to the head, the hands and heart and emotions what you have, being grateful to your life is rejoicing. Rejoicing and renouncing is required, but renouncing of wrong ideas, notions and emotions. Rejoicing what you have as human being, both are required for life. Anything else? Yeah.
You were mentioning the 4 forms of yoga.
Correct.
That is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana, and
Yeah.
how does it line up with, we all oftentimes are told about the 8-fold path of yoga.
No. See, what you call as Raja Yoga, the yoga system, the original word coined by, we have philosophy, different philosophical systems. Okay, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, and Yoga, and Sankhya. In that yoga, the most famous yoga system is called Patanjali Yoga system, which is called 8-fold yoga. Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. There are 8 folds. So that comes as a part of Kriya Yoga. The Kriya Yoga expanded is called 8-fold yoga.
So I'm sure there are a lot of questions, but